Hi everyone. I hope that you're adjusting well in this class. I just wanted to quickly talk a little bit about the term paper that you have. As I promised you, I'm recording a separate video for this, and I started getting some questions about it. So I thought to um, share my thoughts with you about the paper and basically record this video earlier than what I was planning actually to record. So for the term paper, basically you need to pick a micro topic. Okay, as I mentioned in my first video, and probably you also read the syllabus. Remember that I also posted some handouts for you on D2L. So if you go to the content tab, you should be able to find a folder for the term paper. And I apologize, for some reason last week I had difficult time posting my stuff. However, I typically build my classes on D2L before actually the semester starts. But for some reason, D2L was deleting all of my PowerPoints, my Word files, my PDF files. I don't know. So I had to upload my stuff couple times last week on D2L, and I got some emails from you guys that I cannot see the lecture notes for chapter 1, or the term paper folder actually is empty. So I don't know what was going on last week on Tuesday, I believe. But anyhow, I fixed it. So if you go to content tab, you should be able to find the folder for the term paper. But in general, I want you guys to pick a micro topic. Okay, this is a micro class, so you should be focused on anything that is related to businesses, to firms, to individuals. Okay, you can either pick a microeconomic problem and then explain that problem in the paper for me and provide solutions for that problem. Okay, let's say why. I'm just giving you example. You don't have to write about it, okay? And please don't just think that you should definitely write about Amazon. I know that I use this example a lot, and probably I also used it last week. But let's say why Amazon is doing so well during pandemic, while other businesses are struggling. So what is the problem that other businesses have that Amazon doesn't? Okay, you can talk about that. You can provide solutions for like other businesses. You can write about other firms you can that you're interested in, like Tesla. I know it's a kind of like a big deal right now. You can write about the economy of a city, as I also mentioned it last week. So you can write about I don't know, housing market in Houston, or housing market in how the housing market actually is doing in other big cities, small cities. You can talk about vaccines, which is again another hot topic these days. These are all micro topics because you're talking about like a small thing. You are looking at the economy in more detail, so that's why it's a micro topic. So you can introduce a problem and provide a solution, or you can just discuss a microeconomic topic in general. Okay, let's say you are interested in Bitcoin. Okay, so you can write about it, explain it what it is. You can tell me how it's going to influence our lives. So it should not necessarily be a problem. I know when you read this syllabus, you think that it should definitely be a micro problem, but not necessarily. It can be just a micro topic that you are interested in. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, the 5 first chapters of our textbook basically is, if you took macro, you know that they're exactly the same. They're exactly the same because they are important chapters, are foundations of economics. That's why we talk about demand and supply in both micro and macro. We talk about opportunity cost in both micro and macro. So if you want to go ahead and pick your topic right now, you should look into chapter 6 till the end of the textbook, okay? Because our very first micro topic is called elasticity in chapter 6. So take a look at those chapters. I also shared with you the Goodread emails last week, where I try to share good news that I find from different sources. Um, every week with you guys, so you might get inspired with one of those things that I share with you. But remember that all those news that I share with you are both micro and macro, okay? But you can get kind of inspired. So take a look at those news that I sent to you, look at the textbook, follow the news, read online. Our library is a great source. I know that it's closed because of COVID, but our amazing librarians are working pretty hard online. So contact them if you have any question. We have so many academic papers in the library, so many good journals in the library. So take the advantage of our library too. Okay. Now let's see how you can send me your topics. Okay. So for the topics, as I also mentioned it last week in my video, I want to have your topics before that you guys will start working on your paper, just to make sure that your topic is right. It is micro. You don't want to lose point at the end of the semester. That's why I'm actually giving you 10 points for sending me your topics. I'm going to read your topics one by one. I'm going to give you feedback. If I tell you you're good to go, you can start working on it. If not, I want you guys to communicate with me, because if your topic is not okay, then I will contact you. I will tell you, okay, there was a problem with your topic, so email me. Let's discuss how we can find another topic for you, or if it's a macro topic, let's see how we can make it micro. Okay, so definitely pay attention to my feedback. Definitely you don't want to lose point. And when I ask you, and I think the deadline is in March, March 1st, I believe. So for that deadline, I really don't want you to have the perfect topic for me. And remember, in terms of grading, I know that we all care about grades. In terms of grading, as long as you submit your topic on time, you will get the 10 points, which is for the topics that I'm offering. So you are fine. Just try to don't miss the deadline for that point. But if you are still struggling with your topic, let me know. We can brainstorm, pick something for you. And as I said, start thinking about it from day one. I am not sure how many micro chapters. Of course, you can check the syllabus, but I don't remember from top of my head. I'm not sure how many micro topics we're going to cover before the time that you're going to send me your topics. So I definitely encourage you guys to take a look at the textbook. And as I said, my weekly emails for the Goodreads, and follow the news. Okay, these are the best sources that you can basically get ideas about the topics that you're going to write about. So that's the deadline that you have for your topics. When I tell you, okay, you are good to go, and there's a Dropbox where you can go ahead and basically upload your topics for me. The only thing that I need for that deadline is a Word file, your name, section number. Tell me that I want to write about this. Just don't write Amazon, for instance. Okay, I use the example of Amazon. Amazon is just a name. It's like a huge topic. What aspects of Amazon you want to write about? So have a research question for me. If possible, and if you can, tell me a little bit of introduction about your topic. It helps me actually to give you better feedback if I know what's going on in your head. Okay, so don't write Amazon, don't write Tesla. What are you going to discuss about Tesla and Amazon? For instance, I'm not forcing you to write about Amazon. I get tons of email about Amazon and papers about Amazon. So try to pick actually something else. I'm just using Amazon topic because it's just easy, and we can all call that kind of relate to. But anyway, I need a research question for you, basically from you. And if possible, it's not required, give me an introduction, okay, about how you're going to write your paper. And when you are picking your paper, just make sure that you have enough resources on the internet, okay? Because remember that for the paper, you are going to put at least 5 scientific resources for me in your paper. What I mean by resources, scientific resources, YouTube is not a scientific source. Investopedia is not a scientific source. You can use news for sure, but again, try to pick those news that that are reliable, that are famous, some of the platforms that we are all familiar with. Library, all the economic journals are all scientific, so try to use those, okay? Otherwise, you're going to lose point. And again, you need at least 5 sources. So make sure you have enough information about your topic, because sometimes you pick a really good topic, but you cannot find much about it. So make sure that you can also find some stuff on the internet, okay? When I tell you that your topic is good, you can start writing about it. The paper should be MLA format. Again, if you look at the handouts that I gave you on D2L, I try to explain more. If you're not familiar with MLA format, you can Google it. I also posted an MLA sample for you on D2L. Go to Content tab, and again, click on the term paper folder. You can find it there. So I need, again, your name, your section number, your course number, my name, your topic at the beginning. Then you need to provide some introduction for your paper. Then you are going to discuss the issue that you are raising in the introduction. That would be basically the main part of your paper. This is an econ class, so I want you to use economic vocabulary throughout your paper. We're going to learn tons, so try to use them. Do not copy and paste from your sources. Obviously, I can check everything because we have turned it in software on D2L, so I will check everything that you are writing. There is a threshold for that turn it in similarity percentage. If it's more than 25% similarity between your paper and your sources, you're going to lose point. You're going to get 0. If it's more than, let's say, 30%, because then it means that you're copying, you're putting lots of quotation in your paper, which are not acceptable. So try to understand the papers that you're reading, the sources that you're using, and use your own understanding, okay? Use your own words throughout your paper, okay? So I need to see some economic vocabulary in your paper. Also, if possible, again, it's definitely related to your topic and what you're writing about, try to use some data, graphs, diagrams if possible. Most of the time when you are discussing an econ topic, I'm pretty sure 99.99% of time you can definitely find data and some graphs and some information. I don't want you to draw anything on your own. Definitely you can copy from your sources, that's fine. Just make sure you label your graph, you label your tables, you explain them to me. Just don't copy and paste something which I'm not going to read it. You have to explain it to me, that what this graph is showing, what this data and table is about, okay? What else? After discussing your topic, which is basically the majority of your paper, I need you to have a conclusion at the end. What is the conclusion from your paper? What is the future things that can be done that is related to your research, okay? And then at the end, you're going to put all the all of your citation for me, okay? The 5 sources that I was talking about, all right? So that's how you're going to organize your paper. So the major part of your paper will be your discussions, your data, your econ vocabulary, and all those things, all right? So let me know if you have any question about the paper. Of course, I will remind you in my weekly emails that when the deadline is, but mark your calendars. There is also a deadline on the calendar on D2L. I try to post the deadlines there, the deadlines that are related to D2L. And what else? And check out the Dropbox, okay? Again, for the paper, you are going to upload your term paper in a Dropbox. I am pretty strict about the deadlines, so if you were my student in the past, which I can see some of your names, when I was looking at all of my classes, I have some former students. So if you know me, you know that I'm pretty firm with the deadlines. So please, please try not to miss the deadlines. 10 points will go to this topic deadline that I was talking about, and then 90 points is coming from your submission for the paper, which is sometimes in April, okay? Try not to miss it. Try to just follow the rules and the requirements for the paper. You should be able to get an A for the paper, okay? Let me see. I also wanted to talk about Connect. Again, before I talk about Connect, if you have any question about the paper, please email me, okay? For topic, anything, all right? I'll be happy to answer your questions. For Connect, I got some emails from you guys. I guess you didn't read probably my email last week, or probably the syllabus well. There are two types of assignments on Connect. One of them is called homework, which is basically a multiple choice homework. You have true, false, drawing graphs, calculating something in the future. And then we have smart book assignments. Smart book assignments are just reading from each chapter. They do not have any grade, but I would just recommend you guys to read them. If you look at their deadlines for smart books, they're all due on May 15th. So they are not graded, but they are open to you from day one till the end of the semester. So anytime you want, you can go back and read those chapters, basically, okay? For homework homework one is from chapters 1 and 2, and it is not due till next week, okay? And this is the only homework that I'm giving you some kind of extension, because I just want to make sure that everyone have enough time to get the book, because I know that some of you are waiting for financial aid, you're waiting for money, so I don't want you guys to miss it. That's why the first homework, for the first homework, you have almost 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks, but after homework 1 and when we start chapter 3, you only have 1 week for each homework. So I hope it makes sense. All right. That's pretty much it. So let me know if you have any question, and I'll see you soon.